Hey everybody, it's Sarah from the Frugal Bear and Bear Made Crafts, and we're not in the soap room tonight. Tonight we are in the kitchen, and I started a batch of apple butter this morning, and that's in the crock pot, and so I decided I also wanted to do pumpkin butter. So we are going to do a quick version of a pumpkin butter using canned pumpkin pie filling. So let's get started. Okay, I have 3 cans of pumpkin pie filling that I'm going to put into a saucepan, or big pan. Okay. My husband used his air fryer today to make mini individual cheesecakes. And those are in the refrigerator, and we will have them tonight. He's super excited. I tell you, he loves that air fryer. I always hear about people making cheesecake in the Instapot, which he just got one of those, but he makes pretty much everything in that air fryer. He uses it several times a week. Okay, so now to this 3 cans of pumpkin, we're going to add 1.5 cups of water. So it's half a cup per can. Put that in there. Get this mixed up. Let's switch to a spoon. It's really well mixed. Yeah, I have 10 pounds of apples going in a roaster since 8 o'clock this morning. It's now 4:30 in the afternoon, and that will be ready to be canned tomorrow morning. I used a combination of Honeycrisp apples and some variety that grows on a tree in my yard. It's funny, when we bought this house 15 years ago, we didn't even know we had an apple tree. Up until 3 years ago, it never produced a single apple. So it's kind of, where'd that come from type thing. Okay, now we are going to add 1 cup of sugar per can of pumpkin. So to this we're going to add 3 cups of sugar. So there's half a cup, 1 cup, 1.5, 2, 2.5, and 3. Turn our heat down. Should be on about a medium heat, by the way. And then we are also going to add just pumpkin pie spice. And we are going to, oh, that's allspice. Let's not use allspice. We're going to use normally I wouldn't measure, but I figured I'd measure for you guys. So 3 tablespoons of pumpkin pie spice. I don't have the greatest lighting in here, but I'm not sure if that color is coming through. So we have this on a medium to a medium low heat right now. Yeah, let's see if we can zoom in there. Can you see that? Okay. Get you out of the way. And come back out. So we're going to bring this to a slight boil, like a bubbly. And then we'll turn it down a little bit. And then we will let it simmer for about 15 to 20 minutes. We just want to make sure that some of that water gets cooked out. It is a pretty good consistency right now, but we want to make sure that it's nice and hot. So I'm going to pause you guys. And in the meantime, I'm going to get my canning jars ready. And I'll bring you back. We'll be back. Okay. So we've been simmering for about 15 minutes here since boil. And we have this nice thick consistency right here. And you do have to make sure that you're stirring this occasionally throughout. You don't want the sugars to burn at the bottom. Like I said, we don't have this on a very high heat. We did turn it down. We have an electric stove. We did turn it down to about 2. You just kind of watch the bubbles, and if they're snapping too much, you just turn it down a little bit. You just cook it with the lid off and get this nice consistency here. So that's beautiful. So now I'm going to move you back a little bit. And this is where we're going to work here. We'll lay a towel down for our jars. And figure out, there we go. We will grab our jars, our nice warm jars. Give me room. Thank you. There we go. Now when these were in the canner, the water was low enough. Oh, of course, this one. The water was low enough that it shouldn't have actually gotten into any of the jars, but obviously that one it did. So, but that's okay. Come on. I honestly think we have too many jars anyways, but I'd rather have too many than not enough. So I was really bummed. My husband ran to the store today and I had asked him to pick me up some more pint jars because the apple butter was or the pumpkin butter was kind of a last minute thing, so it wasn't planned, and I only had enough pint jars for the apple butter. So I asked them to pick me up pint jars, and they only had quarts and half pint. I already had half pint, so we're doing these in half pints. And we're going to remember the rule of thumb is if you have warm food, your jars need to be warm. And we need about half a head, a 1/4 inch of head space in here. So get everything ladled in. Went and picked the last apples that I could reach off the tree today. And I told my husband that next year, before fall, we need a ladder because I can't reach the rest. And what's funny is only about a fourth of the tree, just one side of the tree, not even a side, of half of a half side of the tree even produces apples. There's nothing on 3 of the 4 sides of this tree. So I live in town, but we always get quite a bit of deer out here. So the deer have been having a heyday. I'm sure the bears are too. Definitely get our fair share of bears through here. I haven't actually seen one, but I have found evidence, as in bear scat, in my yard. Looks like we are going to have some left over, which will be for our personal use. These, along with the apple butter, will be gifts this year. I'm sure my family will appreciate not just receiving soap and bath products, to actually receive something else. Not that they still won't be getting bath and soap products. Okay, so we have our handy dandy air bubble getter outer. And we'll just here. We have our lids back in this pot back there, getting all softened up. That one might be able to use some more, but we will check our headspace and see. And we will clean our rims before putting our lids on. Sorry, my canner is very loud over there, so we're going to check our headspace. Okay, that one can use just a little bit more in there. Not a lot, just a little. That's probably too much. Let's check. It might be okay. That's going to flatten out some. Let's give our jars a tap, tap, tap. Level everything out. Get some air bubbles out. Now this towel down here actually does 2 jobs. One, when you tap, 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 you're not tapping directly on the countertop. Also, when you are taking your warm cans and setting them on a cold countertop, you could cause them to break or crack or just weaken. So I'm going to dip my paper towel into my hot water there and just go around and make sure my lids or my rims are clean. Like that. Be careful because that water is very hot. And it kind of burns your fingertips. Just like so. Remember if we got this one. And this one's very messy. There we go. So we're going to grab our lids, pop them on, grab our now you want to make sure that you do not force, just finger tight on that, nothing more than that. You want to make sure that you don't force that button down accidentally, or you do not want to get a false seal on these. Finger tight. And once we get these into the canning bath, we are going to move it over to this front burner over here. That back burner just does not have enough space to completely, it works fine if you're just warming up lids and jars, but I need to have more room. So we will move that over as soon as we get these in. Finger tight. Finger tight. That's this one. Tight. And now we will set our jars, and here we will end up having to add a little bit more water because you want at least 1 inch over the top of your jars. I'm going to pop these over here. Let's turn that off. And make sure you're not tipping these as you're moving them. Last one. So for this we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got 8 half pints. And we still have, oh, I don't even know if you can see in there. It's too dark. Well, anyways, we have some left for personal use, which my husband will be thrilled about. So we are going to lower this in. Oh yeah, we do have to add some more water. It's just above the lids. See that? So we are going to add some more water. Actually, let's pour this one in. like so. Add some more water. And you can actually even use your little head spacer. Each little notch is 1/4 of an inch. So we can stick that in and go, okay, we are 3/4 of an inch above lids. So we will put some more in. Until we reach at least 1 inch. We are 1 inch over. We will turn that off. We will turn this up to a medium-high heat until it starts to boil. And then we will set our timer for 15 minutes. We'll come back after they're done and they're ready to be pulled out. Hey guys, we're back. I just wanted to show you, I'm just getting ready to pull the cans out, that these are some of the beautiful cheesecakes that my husband made in the air fryer that will be for dessert tonight. I'll be right back. I'm going to go pop these back in the fridge. Okay, now we'll take our lid off of our water canner. Careful of the steam. Be very careful when you're lifting that up so that you don't drop it and it splash back down. That would cause some serious injuries. I probably should have left a little more room in here. We are going to bring these out. Carefully set them down. And we're going to leave them on the counter undisturbed for the next 24 hours. We want them to not be disturbed so that they can seal properly. So probably starting in about 20 or 30 minutes, we'll start hearing some popping, and that will be the seals. But they can take up to 24 hours to seal. So don't be discouraged. Don't be touching them or playing with them or anything. Just leave them be for 24 hours. And then once your 24 hours is up, come through with a Sharpie and write on the top of them what it is. So this would be pumpkin butter, and then today's date, which would be September 29th, 2018. Pumpkin butter, there's a lot of controversy about whether or not you can can it or not. I can it. I only make it in the cold months. It's 38 degrees outside right now in Wisconsin, and I will store it in my refrigerator or in my garage, and it will be gifted in the next month and a half or so, and then it'll be used up right away. So it's not something I would let sit on a shelf for 6 months. Like with other canned items, this is something that is kept cool, even sealed. It's kept cool and then used within a couple of months. So I feel personally I have no problems using this. I do make sure that when I gift it to friends and family that I let them know that it does need to get put in the refrigerator and used within a couple months, especially once it's been opened. That's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something. So you guys have a great rest of your weekend, and keep warm if you're in the regions that I'm in. I'm going to can this apple butter up tomorrow, and then Jesse has his surgery on Monday, and we should be home from the hospital sometime on Tuesday. So have a great weekend, guys. Bye.